In this unit, we're talking about energy flow in ecosystems. And the term energy cycle also basically means the same thing as a food chain or a food web. And this represents the flow of energy, which is the same thing as saying the flow of matter, around in an ecosystem. And this shows how energy enters and leaves an ecosystem. We'll talk about trophic levels. And so a trophic level is a level of organization at which an organism lives in an ecosystem, and so what it does as far as contributing food to the system or removing food from the system. So a producer makes energy accessible to ecosystems through photosynthesis. So all organisms that do photosynthesis are producers. Consumers eat producers or other consumers. So this is an example of trophic levels. Make sure you check the supplementary readings for more details about this. We've got primary producers at the bottom of the trophic structure. These are the autotrophic organisms. Primary consumers eat primary producers. Secondary consumers eat primary consumers. And tertiary consumers eat secondary consumers. Trophic categories are another way of thinking of organisms. The autotrophs are what we call self-feeders, auto meaning self. These are the producers, these are the photosynthetic organisms. They make food molecules from the sun. Heterotrophs, hetero meaning other, they feed on other organisms. They are consumers, and they get their food molecules from eating other organisms. Ecological roles include levels like herbivores, which are plant eaters, carnivores, which eat animals, and herbivores, like you and I, which eat plants and animals, unless you've decided to be vegetarian. The transfer of energy in ecosystems is actually very inefficient, and that's because organisms lose heat during the process of metabolism. Each higher level up the trophic structure gets only 10% of what the previous level had. So if we start out with primary producers having 1,000 joules of energy, the primary consumers only get 10% of that, which is 100 joules. And then the secondary consumers only get 10 joules, and the tertiary consumers only get 1 joule. So there's a very inefficient transfer of energy going up the trophic structure. So make sure you check your textbook or the book that came with the course if you need more information about that.